Thank you for contacting the Martella Law Firm for more information about bankruptcy and the bankruptcy process. The purpose of this CD is to let you know how the process works, to take some of the mystery and fear out of it, and to get you acquainted with what we will do for you at the Martella Law Firm. To start the process, we have an initial meeting, and if you have scheduled your meeting with us already, we would have sent you an initial questionnaire. And this questionnaire is basically to let us have a little bit of a financial background concerning your situation. And it asks questions in 4 general areas. 1, what is your income? And we need to know what your income has been for the last 6 months. Second, it asks what your expenses are. Then it asks what your assets are and what your liabilities are. Those are the 4 general areas that a bankruptcy trustee is concerned with. So once you fill that out and you come in for your initial consultation, we'll meet in our conference room and we'll go over that information with you. Once we have a better idea of what your situation is, or what your potential liability is, then we can at that time discuss whether or not you qualify for a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13. Now, generally, the differences between a Chapter 7 and a Chapter 13 is that a Chapter 7 is what we call a liquidation. You're allowed to keep a certain amount of exempt assets, and exempt assets are basically assets that you're allowed to keep. So you get some exempt assets. Anything over and above those exemptions would get turned over to the bankruptcy trustee, liquidated, and distributed among your creditors. In a Chapter 13, you get to keep everything, but you have to make payments to the trustee in an amount equal to 2 things. 1, you have to pay back at least as much as what you're keeping. So say, for example, you have $6,000 worth of non-exempt assets. Well, we can propose a 60-month plan in a Chapter 13 where you pay back $100 a month over 60 months, and at the end of the 60 months, you would get your discharge. But let's talk about the process itself, because the process and procedure is pretty much the same for a Chapter 7 and a Chapter 13. And then we could talk about the specific differences and additional requirements with regard to a Chapter 13. Once we have made a determination as to whether or not you should qualify for a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13, we will give you a package that includes a number of items. One would be our retainer agreement. And keep in mind that whatever attorney you ultimately go to, you have the right to get a full detailed retainer agreement before you agree to hire that person. So we will give you the retainer agreement, and we will give you a much more detailed questionnaire. And everything that's asked in that questionnaire is information that you would need to put into a bankruptcy petition. It's quite lengthy, and in order to assist you right from the start, we just don't give you the questionnaire and send you on your way. But you will meet with one of our bankruptcy paralegals before you leave, and she will review the questionnaire with you to eliminate many of the questions that don't apply to you, and assist you on how to answer the questions so that we can properly put it into your petition, and how you can avoid some of the work by just giving us some of the documents that we would be able to just transpose that information into your petition. Additionally, in that package, you will receive a list of documents that we will need to prepare your petition, as well as documents that the trustee will want to see as part of your filing. And finally, we will give you a form to prepare so that we can request a copy of your credit report and also get you signed up for credit counseling. Now, in 2005, Congress changed the law to require that before someone can file for bankruptcy, they have to go for credit counseling. Now, it's nothing extraordinary, and it's something that we take care of by getting you signed up for it. And you have the option of doing it either online or over the phone, whatever is easier for you. Once you complete that, we get a certificate of completion, and that certificate is good for 6 months. So one of the first things you can do is take the credit counseling course.